Hello, my name is Dorothy Rosen, and I'm here in my studio in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm a goldsmith here, and today I'm going to answer a question one of you had for me and sent me in my DMs. And the question was, I had just posted a family ring, and so we got talking about family rings, and she said she would like what to do if she didn't like, in her case, it was her daughter's birthstone, what to do. And she said, would you address this sometime? And here I am addressing exactly that. So, so what to do if you don't like your birthstone? If you want to have a ring made for yourself or a family ring made, what are you going to do if the stone that is the stone for your month doesn't appeal to you? And hello to everybody who's arriving. There's some regulars here. Hello, Robin and Shonda, and there's a few other Shambhala School. Really nice to see you attend as well. So welcome. So the first level, there are various levels of what to do if you don't like your birthstone. And the very first level is the kind of, I guess, probably most obvious one, which is many of the months have alternative birthstones. So, for example, if you look at March, March is usually aquamarine, but it also has bloodstone, which is a very interesting stone that has lots going on. So very, very different from an aqua. Or pearls for June. It's not the only one. You can also use alexandrite, which is a very cool stone. Or for August is one that a lot of people don't know because it's a fairly recent addition to the birthstone roster, and that's for August. That is spinel, and spinel is, August normally is peridot, which is this very particular kind of green. I actually just put in my stories, you could see, I just put pork carnitas in the oven for slow cooking, and they have limes in them. And I was thinking about this, that I was going to be doing this in a minute, and the limes have that peridot kind of color. But there's an alternative birthstone for August, introduced in 2012, I believe, and that's spinel. And spinel, there's in the expert advice on my website under the FAQs. There's a little write up about what spinel is. It's a really quite a fantastic gem, and I think I may or may not be making a spinel ring for someone in the next week or two. But yes, so spinel is a good alternative. Then of course we have October is tourmaline, but you have the option of the opal. And November is topaz, but you have the option of the citrine. And December has a bunch of different ones. So there's the turquoise, that kind of blue, and then there's tanzanite, which is just I'm fond of tanzanite. It's a very, very beautiful gem and highly unusual, and doesn't get mined a whole lot. It's hard to find, let's put it that way. And zircon, of course. So that's kind of the first level of birthstone alternatives, would be choose one that's not the first one on the list, but dig a little deeper. The second level of alternative, and really these October, November, December are a good example of that, because so within the birthstone that is for your month, you can actually look for different colors in that same birthstone. And I brought a few examples for you, so I'm gonna try that out, because I have these like trays and trays of gems, and so I wanted to show you for October, and when you have tourmaline, you can find different colors tourmaline. I'm gonna just put my magnifier on here for you to see better. So tourmaline, we normally think of it as like this kind of color. I don't know if you can see it very well. Not enough light on it maybe, but that's a very dark foresty green. But then this is also tourmaline, much brighter. And this is also tourmaline. This is a very particular cut. I featured this in another live some other time. So tourmaline comes in a bunch of different colors. Oh, can't see me. But so does topaz. So just hang with me there for a second. Topaz. So let me see. Topaz, it comes in the. Oh my God! I just almost dropped the entire tray. So topaz, you know, we think of it as blue, but it also comes in like different colors blue. This one, isn't that pretty? Or it comes in clear. A lot of the gemstones come colorless. Well, several. Or it comes in these kind of more like fashiony colors. So lots of options there with the topaz. And I'll try to get you also a... So, hang on. So, hi. So, zircon also comes in a bunch of different colors. And maybe, I mean, I just featured one on my, I don't know if I have it here right now. Like, honestly, I have so many trays of gems. But the zircon comes in that turquoisey, like very Caribbean-y kind of blue. That I just, a couple of posts back, I have a 2-footer with a blue zircon. So you can see that there. But it also comes in like a brown zircon, which is a very cognac-y kind of color. So within the gemstone for your birthstone, you can also look. Of course, we have also, you know, garnets. Garnets come in, you know, the garnet, different tones of garnet, of course, such as, you know, the... Oh, no, we don't have my thing on. One sec. I need an assistant in here. Anybody want to volunteer? No, not right now. So this is a garnet. This cut is called a trillion cut, by the way. And this is also a garnet. You can't maybe see it too well, but this is called a pyrope garnet. It's very fiery. I have the lids on these, so of course that they won't fall out. But get this. This is also a garnet. So these are called, this is a tsavorite garnet. There's dementoid garnet. There's all kinds of different garnets. So within your gemstone, you can look for alternatives. I'm going to try to put these back in order so that I can find them more easily. And then similarly, the August birthstone being spinel. Oh, look here, the zircons. So spinel is generally a very red stone. Oh, one more time with a little loop, if you will indulge me. So the, oh, goodness gracious. So this is a typical spinel kind of stone. Sorry for my shaking. You know, it's very, the spinels are extremely sparkly gems. But then spinel also comes in, oh, where are they? Is this a spinel tray? No. 1 second, sorry. It's hard to keep all this organized. Oh yeah, spinel comes even solid black like this, looking almost like onyx. And spinel also comes in very beautiful blue hues and gray. And again, the spinel is a super sparkly gem. It's hard to see that here because it's under a thick plastic. That's for August, so lots of leeway there. And then, of course, you've got sapphire. So when we think of sapphire, we think of it like this. This, by the way, is a certified fair trade gold ring. I am now fair trade certified, and I'll put that on my website soon. I'm the only goldsmith in Halifax who's certified fair trade. Not all of my metals are, but some, like this one. So that's usually what we think of with a, ooh, I hope you're not getting seasick here. With a sapphire, but sapphire is also like, these are all sapphires. including the pink one. Sapphires come in all kinds of colors. And again, I wrote an expert advice on my website, FAQ, about sapphires, where I talk about the fact that the reddest of sapphires is ruby, by the way, corundum, same mineral. These are all sapphires, and these in fact are unheated sapphires, which is a whole other highly unusual situation. So, and then for things such as you know, like in February you have amethyst, and then you could look at the mineral family. So amethyst is essentially a quartz, and there are a bunch of other quartz in the family. May is emerald, and emerald is a beryl. That's the mineral. And there are lots of other colors in beryl. First of all, if a beryl is not as saturated as what we think of as that emerald color, then it's called a green beryl, like a lighter. It looks almost like a tourmaline-ish kind of, even lighter. But so a light green beryl is not called an emerald, it's called a green beryl. A red beryl is an extremely rare gem, and it is red, like pinkish. You have morganite, which has a pinkish hue, or heliodor, which is yellow. That's a yellow beryl. I do have some of these here, but you might be getting tired of seeing. Like, you know, this is beryl, this emerald, and this is also beryl. This is the yellow beryl. So lots of option there. And oh, by the way, aquamarine is also a beryl, in case you're curious. But of course, I have that another month. Do I have a golden beryl? There's even you know, the morganite. Yeah, lots of options there as well. And then so what else I wanted to talk about that here, by the way, are these zircon. I talked about them earlier. This is a blue zircon. You can just see the color. I mean, I don't have the thing on there right now. And you know, this is also a zircon. So again, within each mineral, within each gemstone, there are definitely options. But then I wanted to point out, you know, the whole idea, so the history, when you look at the history of birthstones, it goes back to the Torah, the older part of the Bible, and talks about the breastplate of Aaron and the 12 gemstones in it. And the truth of the matter is, scholars are not at all sure what those gemstones were, because each translator may have only, you know, like they may have substituted what they were familiar with, and so on and so forth. And in addition, originally it was meant to, the birthstones were meant for each month. They weren't really birthstones, they were month stones. And the idea was to basically get the full, gemstones have powers, and to get the full power of each gemstone, it's best to wear it with the month with which it is associated. So in order to get the best out of your gemstones, you have one for each month. So essentially, you should be having every one of them as a jeweler. I'm a big fan of that idea. And it was only in the 18th century that some Polish gem merchants came up with the idea that each person should have for their month a birthstone, and then it wasn't adopted by the American Jewelers Association until 1912. So it's really, you know, if you think about the history, then you're no longer so boxed in by the idea of having to have your particular birthstone to wear or to signify in a family ring. Like, oh, I wonder if I could show that one. The family ring that I just made recently that I'm very fond of. I just love it. It's highly unusual from the, oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. I was pretty excited about that one. It was a quite the dance to get all the gems in there and get the sizes and the dimensions and the balance right, but I'm very happy about this one. So this has a peridot and tourmaline, a ruby, and an alexandrite. And here this client went with the birthstones of their family. But if you don't want to do that, an alternative is, how do I make that go away? Stop sharing. An alternative is to think about the person. Think about that individual that you're trying to commemorate with that gem on your hand or in a pendant, and think about their qualities. I've done family rings in that vein, where, for example, one of the children was or is extremely bright, like a bit of a genius, and so for him we chose a diamond. And then another one of the children in that family is a real water baby, and so we chose a blue zircon for that water quality. And then Dad is a really like, he loves gardening, so we chose a green gem. And Mom is really incredibly kind of rich. She has this, like, her fridge is always full. She's always cooking and always feeding people. So we chose a very like a rounded gem and very very warm and yellow and just accommodating. And so you really can explore with your jeweler what qualities. So the way I do this with clients is that I have them talk to me like free association, kind of like tell me about that person, like quickly, boom, 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 and then we can come up with a gem that would signify them, and then there's a back and forth, of course. But you do not have to feel boxed in by a convention that was really created not even all that long ago. And I'm here to tell you that you can feel free to wear anything you want, any gemstone you want, and to create a piece that signifies your appreciation and love for your family or significant people you want to commemorate in a piece. And you can choose what gemstone best does that. So that is my my life for today, and I thank Heather for letting me know about her question. And if you have one, please don't hesitate to let me know, because I love to, tell you what you want to know. Take good care. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.